I see you smiling when you mentioned documentation. Tell me more about it.
I must be sincere to you. There's a lot of documentation when it comes to BoI loan facility. Well, to me, it's very good because at times some people can be very funny. When you give them loan, they want to pay back. It was really cumbersome, but we were able to provide all the documents needed for the loan.
What was BoI asking for?
Bank guarantee, which is the most important, tax clearance, business plan, so many of them, as you mentioned.
In your case, how long did it take you to straighten out your documentation?
It took me about 6 months.
You've been in the business before. Why did it take so long?
Especially on the bank guarantee, because the bank has to do a lot of search, security search and all that, so that they will know exactly where the person, know the person very well, the person they want to guarantee for such a loan. That's the only document that really took some months before we got it. Other documents, we provided it within a month or 2 months. So, but the bank guarantee took some months before we eventually got it.
How many people are now on your payroll?
Over 60 of them in the payroll. We have the accounts department, we have those ones in the warehouse, we have the purchasing department, we have the IT, information technology department. We have about 5 to 6 departments, and each department has the head of department. Then we have the general manager, who oversee what other managers are, other head of departments are doing.
Tell me about the challenges.
Management aspects of the business, which is a key and very important. It's not all about the money you invest in a business that matters. You can invest millions of naira into a business, but if you don't manage it very well, it can disappear under a few days. But if you have the managerial skill, you'll be able to grow the business. So that was one of the challenges I was having. I was trying to see, how do I manage this business? I don't know much about management of business, but luckily for me, I was able to enroll on some management courses that actually helped me out.
I've heard people say, especially those who work in this line of business, who own shops like yours, that one of the biggest problems is shoplifting, even by members of staff. Do you experience the same?
That's a very big challenge when it comes to retailing business. Shoplifting, you can't do without it. You can't do without shoplifting.
Does it still happen to you?
Yes, up till now as I'm talking to you. But all you need to do is to put measures in place that will minimize it to a variable level.
If you can cast your mind back, what's been the most difficult moment for you on this journey that made you think maybe this was not worth it? Has there been a time like that?
The day this place was burgled, I never expected it. That was late in the night. I was sleeping when my chief security officer called me on phone that around 5 a.m. in the morning that some thieves came and burgled the place. They entered, they accessed the plaza through one of the toilet windows. Made away with so many items. That day I was like, wow. this kind of business. Is that what one is meant to see? But I have to pick up courage, and luckily for us, those guys were all arrested and prosecuted. I believe that's the day almost regretted going into this kind of business.
In retrospect, had the Bank of Industry not come into the picture, if they hadn't intervened at the time they did, where do you think this business would be?
Wow. It would have been a different thing altogether. I must be sincere, because the loan is business friendly. Because I tried to compare it with the one I got from the commercial banks. I can see that this is the kind of support we need from government. If they can provide this kind of support, I believe business will grow in this country. And you know, every economy needs the private sector to boost the economy. So if businessmen can have this kind of loan, the interest rate is business friendly, a single digit interest rate, which is not common in Nigeria. It's only coming out overseas, the Western world. I was surprised. I never believed the loan would work out when I had it. I doubted it, but thank God, I was surprised when I eventually got the loan. I was shocked. And I said to myself, if government can continue this kind of support, business will grow very well in this country, and the economy will get better.
When was your loan approved, and what's the structure?
An overdraft facility of 1 year, 3 years renewable every year. The loan was disbursed, was approved and disbursed March 2017, and will be renewable March 2018.
So once you've fully repaid this loan in the next 3 years, we have 2 more years in this case, what's your next plan?
Definitely I will go for renewal, because we need a loan to augment our working capital. So at the end of the tenure, I will definitely go for renewal. I've tested commercial bank, and I can see that the loan is business friendly. The interest rate is not killing. The way it's structured, it's very easy to be paid. One can easily repay it without much stress. So I will always go for Bank of Industry loan, which I believe is better than the commercial bank.
Well, you are on the other side now. You were once one of those people who thought BoI would never give loans to a business like yours. What would you say to people who still believe the Bank of Industry's loans to businesses like yours is a mirage? They'll never get there. What do you have to say to them?
To me, I don't think it's difficult to get BoI anymore. As long as you are ready to provide or meet up with their conditions. It's the easiest loan you can get if you can give them the documents they need. So I will advise those seeking for a BoI loan, make sure you have the documents, the requirements, the required documents they need. If you can provide it, definitely we'll give you the loan.
And what's the big picture for SESI Plaza?
We are looking at expanding the business more, reaching out to other states. We are looking at going to Adokiti, Owerri, Imo State Capital, and some other states we have in plan. We have a 5 years plan now to expand to not less than 5 states in the country. Let me use the opportunity to say a very big thank you to Bank of Industry for their support. It's wonderful. It has really helped us to grow the business.
Mr. Otto Emmanuel, thank you for coming on BoI Weekly.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.